Hey there. Hi, yes. Oh, I'm so sorry you had a negative experience with that last phrenologist. Yeah, they didn't know what they were doing. Yeah, I'm definitely more qualified to help you out here today, okay? Oh, absolutely. So, what brings you in today? All right, that's pretty straightforward. You just want to get to know your personality more based on what we see. Sorry, I have a little bit of a smudgy on my glasses, if you don't mind. Ooh, that's not going away. Yeah, don't you hate glasses that where the smudge doesn't get off with your shirt? There we go. Got most of it off. Okay, so I'm just going to simply ask you to lower your head down to here, okay? Okay, just lower your head right there so I can examine your scalp. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just going to take a look at that scalp of yours, all right? And see what I need to evaluate here. I will be using a device, yes, to examine your scalp in full detail. Let's see. Okay, okay. All right. Okay, okay. Okay, so I'll be wearing some gloves while I do this just for your comfort and peace. Some people come in here with severe OCD. So I want to make sure, I make everyone comfortable, even though I just wash my hands. But you tell someone you wash your hands, they don't believe you. But anyway, yeah, a lot of people get grossed out by touch, which is, well, it is what it is. I have no opinion. So let's see if I can. I'm just gonna get really close, really, really close up to your ears. I'll just see what I need to see here while inspecting. You have to really get a look at your scalp and the colors and all those things. Just do like a really close-up check here. Alright. So I think I have basically a generalized idea. Okay, good, good, good. Well, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using this device here to kind of part the way of your hair, part it away, okay? So that I can get a closer look, okay? All right, that'll make my life, my job a lot easier. Okay, and don't worry about any hair falling off or shedding away. Just relax, okay? Okay, just relax. Okay, you got this. All right, so it seems like you're funny. Seems like you have a funny, friendly persona. But you take things seriously too, don't you? You kind of take things a little seriously. Maybe sometimes you feel numb or cold. Let's see. Okay, let's inspect the other side here. Definitely altruistic, artistic as well, kind of expressionless though, like very cold features, like numb, kind of not really sharing too much who you are, what you're up to, what you're doing. You are mysterious. I see you mostly like to keep private on most things. very smart, but maybe don't know how to use the wisdom and smarts. Maybe it's hard for you to learn lessons. It's like you tend to make the same mistake over and over again. And, I'm sort of translating all the lingo I know in terms of this exam to kind of give you short, sweet, simple summaries. It just can be hard to do. That's why I'm more qualified than that last person you were with. What was their name, by the way? Yeah. Well, yeah, just never go there again. But anyway, moving on. You're tough as nails, though. Not to be underestimated, especially your stature. People don't think you would be willing to fight, but that's the first thing on your mind if someone tries to mess with you. Let's see the front now. More the front. You're compassionate and calm for the most part. You don't get into too much drama or negativity. You just kind of keep to yourself. You just kind of mind your business. Play by the rules, but again, that part of your scalp, cranium here, you play by the rules, but you forget the rules to begin with, So it's hard for you to learn lessons. You almost have to get burned over and over and over and over again to really grasp it, learn the lesson, you know what I mean? And you were this way since a child, weren't you? You definitely have a big inner child, but you're not comfortable. You're maybe shy or not fully open expressing those parts of you. Yeah, I can see that. Well, this is basically an astro chart on your scalp. I mean, this tells you everything you need to know. You struggle to make friends, but people do like you. It could be part of your shyness. You could treat your body better. You kind of maybe need a couple of boost of nutrients or something. There's something lacking in your body systems, or you could have been born with a deficiency, perhaps, from the womb to the mother. That kind of energy. What do we have here? Could be some genetic disorders as well, passed on in the lineage you may not be aware of. I see some family traumatic experiences passed on in your lineage as well. Harsh times. You anger easily, though. That's your biggest nightmare quality. It's hard for you to control that or keep it down or cool off. You're very independent. You kind of do things on your own, don't you? But, it's okay to ask for help sometimes. No shame in the game. You could be a person that's good with money or settling down. You always want that home to settle in and make roots in. You could be a believer in the arts, astrology, zodiac, tarot, that kind of stuff. Etheric concepts. You're believing in the universe or God, but not in a religious, strict, dogmatic format. Yeah, you're more kind of pragmatic or practical at times. Yeah, you're more like a feminine. You're not more of a, it has nothing to do with gender. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so yes, you're more like a paternal instincts rather than maternal. That's why religion doesn't work for you, and it will not work, because religions are very much paternal, and they're very much listen to what I tell you to do or else, Not all of them, but most of them. So that doesn't, even if you believe it, you may struggle with your belief because of that maternal instinct too. Maternal is the complete opposite of that. Okay. So, take anything with a grain of salt, of course, but I've been doing this a long time. I would say for you, it's almost like you just have to be yourself. You just have to be comfortable enough to be yourself, to let your hair down fully. And that may be something you're not willing to do. It's like you fear certain souls to know who the true you is. I'm pointing at you as if you're not down here, but you know what I mean. Just a habit. But could be a little cynical at times. You could be maybe pushing people away, or have a mental health diagnosis that is in alignment with pushing people away. You might even get gray hair earlier, 45, 55. That's not so early, but that's, even hair loss early, possibly. Less preventative measures of a healthy diet, less stress. You do tend to stress easily. It's almost like second nature to who you are. It's a huge part of your life, but there's ways to manage it. But overall, you have good health. You're going to have good lifelong health. You have a good positive attitude on your shoulders. Just keep that up. Always remember to stay optimistic through whatever it is negative you're going through in life. That's about it, really. Just a couple more things I could maybe peer into that haven't really pointed out. You may be interested in the doctoral studies, law, more serious degrees. But again, that non-conventional, non-conformist type of quality I'm seeing based on this chart of your scalp, you may struggle again to stay in school and stick to traditional values. You might not even stick to traditional values with your future offspring. It may be difficult for you to set certain strict rules or boundaries because you may have grown up with strict rules and boundaries, even if not in your family home, in your genetic family or lineage. It's showing a lot of wars and death and, disease. And so that enters our cells, and that's because of all that torment and suffering of the family lineage. You don't want to put your kids through that torment of, you have to do this and you have to obey, because of that maternal instinct to nurture. So you see what I'm saying? Oh, please put your head back down. I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought I'd explain that to you. But yeah, overall, you're a good person. You're healthy, and you'll be for a long time. Okay. Just try not to force yourself to do things that don't align with your values. And I think it's a good idea to get a sort of scalp exam. I'm done now. You can go up, move your head up now. Because that way you get to know who you are. And knowing who you are is one of the most powerful things you can do, and the most empowering things, in fact, that you can do for yourself. So it's great to get like an astrology chart reading or a tarot reading or something. My hands feel really weird after wearing gloves. It feels like I have lotion on them. But so, you can really get to know who you are and then build your life the way you want with who you are, what matches your internal values, which is, of course, you can't have values if you don't know yourself. Now that you know yourself more fully, your personality, you can do all that. So has this in any way, shape, or form or regard impacted you on a deep level? Did it give any triggering emotions or feelings within you? I actually did see you tend to get more stressed and angry than emotional. Yeah, based on what I just saw here. Right, yes. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I can see how you want to go back to school, but then you're fighting with yourself. Absolutely. Yeah, it's amazing and a miracle how much a scalp exam can help you figure out things. And so that may mean that you may not be willing or handle the stress enough to go back to school because of all of these matters I have told you just now, you know? You just may have to take an easier, different route, and usually the easier route in life is, kind of spirit guiding, nudging you, like, hey, you should do that, Anything that's too hard, you have to like force it or push yourself. And that's usually not your purpose. That's usually not the way forward. So, well, thank you for coming in and stopping by. I'm so glad happy you enjoyed. Oh, you already paid the $150 online, so no need to have an extra payment, okay? All right. Oh, that's not necessary. Yeah. You don't have to, but if you'd like to tip in the tip jar on the front counter, cash only. All right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the tax man doesn't have to know about those cash only tips. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for coming in, and just you don't have to tell anyone you were here today. Yeah, this is kind of like a under the table kind of career, but yeah. So if you'd like, yes, good question. If you'd like a 30-minute, that's $300. An hour phrenology exam would be $1,000. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad you were here today, and I'll see you around. Okay.